In today's video, I'm going to take a look at the voluntary liquidation of a company. And this is the members' voluntary liquidation of a company. So a liquidation of a company can occur three ways. There's a voluntary liquidation by the members after the making of a statutory declaration of solvency. So the company is solvent. Then number two, there's a voluntary liquidation by the members which is ratified by the company creditors. So there's no declaration of solvency here. There is creditors. They have ratified it. They're probably going to get a certain percentage of what they're owed. Maybe they'll get everything, but generally they would get a percentage of what they're owed. And finally, there's a court-ordered liquidation. So in a voluntary liquidation, the appointed liquidator must file accounts with the company's registration office, and the company is then dissolved 3 months after that. And in this video, just to be clear, I'm going to look at the members' voluntary liquidation of a company, and it's a solvent company. So they need to file swear firstly a statutory declaration of solvency, a Form E1. They need also to pass a special resolution and submit it to the company's registration office within 30 days of the declaration of solvency. And they also need, obviously, to appoint a liquidator. So those forms E1, G1 and E2 must be filed with the CRO, and the resolution to wind up the company must be advertised in Iris Ifagul within 14 days of the company passing the resolution. This is a summary approval procedure, and that's a procedure that's referred to in section 579 of the Companies Act 2014. There's also a procedure set out in section 580 of the Companies Act 2014, and that is not the summary approval procedure. That involves companies of a fixed duration. So they were to finish up or dissolve after a period of time or on the happening of a specific event. A little bit like a specific purpose contract of employment. So an ordinary resolution is adequate in the procedure for the fixed duration company. The one we're looking at is the section 579 procedure. It's a solvent company. It's not a fixed duration one. So 3 months after the date of registration of the final accounts, that is forms E6 and E5, the company is deemed to be dissolved. A Form E3 may be required if the liquidation is not completed within 12 months. E3 is a form in which the liquidator essentially gives an account of his acts and dealings. In relation to qualifications for appointment as a liquidator, there's 5 categories of persons who do qualify. A solicitor, a member of a prescribed accountancy body, a person with practical experience of winding ups and knowledge of the law, and that's a limited enough category, members of a professional body which is recognised by the supervisory authority, and a person qualified under the laws of another EEA state. The liquidator will need professional indemnity cover, and certain persons are disqualified from acting as a liquidator, for example the company auditor or an officer or employee of the company. So it's vital, just in relation to the declaration of solvency, that is completed fully and accurately before it's submitted to the CRO, because if there's any mistakes in it, you need to go to the High Court to have it rectified. This declaration of solvency will also contain an independent persons report in accordance with the Companies Act, which confirms that the declaration of solvency is not unreasonable. The independent persons report must also contain certain prescribed information, such as the scope of the work that was performed by the statutory auditor and the opinion of the statutory auditor that the declaration of solvency is not unreasonable. So declaration of solvency is a very, very important document in the members' voluntary liquidation of a company. I hope you find this video useful. If you do, give it a thumbs up down below, and you may be interested in subscribing to my YouTube channel.